We're going to be talking about the World Bank loans and how it affects you as a Nigerian. Now, today, according to recent reports, the World Bank is set to approve 3 major loan projects for Nigeria in 2025, totaling 1.65 billion. And these loans are designed to support Nigeria's economic, social, and recovery project, particularly in vulnerable sectors requiring urgent intervention. However, this development has sparked concerns among Nigerians who are worried about the country's growing debt burden. And according to the Debt Management Office, Nigeria's total public debt stock as of June 2024 stood at over 77 trillion naira. This represents a significant increase from the 39 trillion naira recorded in 2020. Furthermore, data from the external debt reports released by the Debt Management Office shows that the World Bank's share of Nigeria's debt totals $16.32 billion, with the majority owed to the International Development Association. Now, this has raised concerns about the country's ability to service its debt, particularly in light of the significant rise in external debt service payment. And according to the CBN, the federal government spent $3.58 billion servicing its foreign debt in the first 9 months of 2024, representing a 39.77% increase from the $2.56 billion spent during the same period. So now the question is, should Nigerians be concerned? As a Nigerian, are you concerned about this planned World Bank loans? Do we need more transparency and accountability in the way our government borrows and spends? Are you seeing the dividends of the money being spent? What are the implications of these loans for, our future as Nigerians? So we'd love to hear your thoughts. The phone lines would be displayed on your screen shortly, so do well to call in and share your thoughts. You could also send a message on WhatsApp, and we're going to take it here. So while we're on that, let us give a breakdown of they said the World Bank is giving the $1.6 billion loan as a package in 2025, focusing on critical areas. Now, those critical areas are support for IDPs, education and nutrition enhancement. Why nutrition enhancement? I would have rather the health sector. If we're looking at it differently, why just nutrition? Health in general in Nigeria needs it's like a state of emergency. It needs to be declared on it. It needs massive intervention. But this is a breakdown. For internally displaced persons as host community project, $300 million, and $300 million has been scheduled for that, and it's to be approved for April 8, 2025. The objective of this is to provide sustainable solutions to address social and economic challenges faced by IDPs and their host communities. Now, if you recall, when I spoke about this yesterday, I said, what would the money be used for the IDPs? Would it just give them food? How about reintegrating them back, empowering them to make money for themselves? Thereby, taxes are being taken and money is circulating, and then you see the returns, and that can be used to pay back the loan. But we have our first caller this morning. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Oh, we lost that call. Do well to call back or send a message on WhatsApp, and we're definitely going to take it right here on the show. Want to hear your thoughts. As a Nigerian, how do you feel about this loan? Do you think are you worried about it at this point in time? We saw it's over 77 trillion naira that has been owed, with the World Bank having majority of it at, I think, $16.35 million. What does this mean for Nigeria? What does this mean for you as a Nigerian? How do you feel about this? Are you seeing the dividends of this loan? Let's hear your thoughts on the show. Now let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Morning. I am Mohammed Bello from the local government in Bauchi State. As the World Bank plans to give loans to the Nigerian citizens again, is another way of helping Nigeria, because they have already exhausted our government by giving them too much loan which they cannot pay in good time. And then they have at least, I can say, sold out. And they are now trying to bring loan to individuals and put us into another trouble. I am not advising people to take this loan. Let them go with their loan. If they cannot come with the taxation that we have various, because of the money they were connected to the income they were taking from the loans that have given to our government. We are not care about loans they are planning to give to the people of Nigeria. That is my take.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on that. We appreciate your input this morning. The phone lines are still open. That's our call all the way from Bauchi there, talking about the loans and, what should be done instead. We appreciate your input this morning. The phone lines are still open. Would still love to hear your thoughts. Want to know what it is you think about this World Bank loan and how it affects you as a Nigerian. What's your thoughts on it? Are you seeing the dividends of it? Now, giving a breakdown to the proposed loan, firstly, we looked at, the one they said is for IDPs and host community projects. The second is Hope for Quality Basic Education for All. And the approved amount for that was $553.8 million US dollars. We'll get into that right after we take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. I'm calling from Niger State, the Buffalo government.
Okay, your name, please.
My name is Usman Abdullah from Buffalo.
All right, Usman, it's good to hear from you from Bako in Niger State. So go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, I just want to advise federal government about the loan from World Bank. My advice to them is that I wanted you should be very careful. But because any law, according to what we heard from our analyzers, that any law from World Bank, there's a condition attached to them.
So at this point,
I don't want the Nigerian government to sign a condition that will affect we who are small or we small business. So I advise them they should accept a condition which will favor our country and our masses and which will support our economies to grow so that our country will have independence for ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Abdullahi, for that thought. He has said that the loans should be used to support what's the necessity of the loans. Why can't we generate our own income here in the nation? Thank you so much for your thought. It was good to have you on the show. Yes, Nigerians are skeptical about these loans, but the question also that I would love to add to the pile of questions I've already had for you out there is, do you think Nigerians should have a say on this? It's almost like World Bank is giving loan and it's out. Do you think Nigerians should actually have a say on this? Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, this is AA from Bida in Niger State.
AA from us, good to have you on the show. Go ahead with your thoughts.
So, it's a pleasure meeting you, the presenter.
Thank you.
Nigeria is a good nation, and God has blessed us with good president. DAP. In fact, the greatest problem we're having in this country is corruption. If God and we human beings can preach against corruption, I think Nigeria will be like a Mecca for black people and Medina for the white people. Because this corruption has vitalized our economic and our life. Look at how our senior citizens are suffering. It is their money that they have contributed, but some people are giving them 25%. Why?
Okay, so at this point, I love the fact that you're tilting towards corruption. But do you think Nigeria should have the loan? And, as a Nigerian, how do you feel about this loan? And do you think you should have a say on it?
Yes, we should have a say on it now.
Okay.
There is no problem about Nigeria. It is implementation of government policy that is really cumbersome and it becomes precarious. You think when the state becomes precarious, we the citizens, we suffer for it. Look at it.
All right, thank you very much. Do we still have the caller on the line? Well, it was good to have you share your thoughts. Now, he gave the conversation a slightly different angle, which is a question I asked earlier. Are you seeing the dividends of the loan? And he touched on corruption. This money might come in and Nigerians won't even see the dividends of it at the end of the day because it's been stolen. It's been diverted. You're not seeing what it's being used for. Well, let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Benue State.
Your name, please.
My name is Ogazi.
All right. Can you please help us turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone?
Okay.
Yes.
The problem of this country is not meant for one person. Borrowing money from the water is a bad thing to this country. I'm speaking on behalf of the youth. It has taken a place whereby some of us need to change the kind of leaders we elected. It has been a sufficient thing for Nigeria to be borrowing money from the World Bank. For what? Something that we cannot see, something that can only impact on us, the average Nigerian, while some people will pocket the money for not developing the country. It's paining you, but I don't know what to say. But let God bless Nigeria.
God bless. God bless Nigeria. He said it's paining me, but let God bless Nigeria. I like the way you ended that. You know, you really poured your heart out to that conversation. And we hope that the government is listening to the cries of Nigerians to understand that all Nigerians just want is to see. Nigerians just want to see what this money is being used for. Now, another thing that the money is being assigned to is education. Hope for quality basic education with $553.8 million and is anticipated to be disbursed on March 20th, 2025. These dates are important, so you could track it if you want to. Now, the objective of this is to enhance access to quality basic education, particularly in underserved communities. We know that education in Nigeria needs an intervention as well. We see primary schools without roofs. We see teachers not being paid. We see, so many things going to the left when it comes to education, especially basic education. So this loan is very important, and we know it's going to be disbursed on March 20th. Can we follow that up to track it up? Let's take this call. Talking a lot about money. Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm Ismail from Niger.
Ismail from Niger. It's good to have you on the show. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Maria. Yeah. Actually, this money topic is very interesting.
Thank you.
And I think that has been the major problem we are facing in this country. The Europeans, or this World Bank, will never give you anything without making sure they are going to get multiple from you. Multiple from you in the sense that most of the policies they put on ground before they give you loan is that you have to devalue your currency. Devaluation of our currency, is it helping us for God's sake? You say you want to help me by giving me a loan, and you are asking me to value my to pay for you. Are you helping me? That is one. The money being borrowed from these people, where is it used? And it ends up in the pocket of politicians. At the end of the day, it ends up in the pocket of the politicians. Of what benefit is that to the masses of this country? This country is blessed that we don't even need to borrow. If that's to be, we don't even need, because we have the resources to take care of our problem. Go to any political domain in this country, they have one or two untapped resources, which is enough to take care of the problem of this country. But are we making use of that? Go to Niger State as a case study. We are blessed with gold. Go and see how Chinese are tapping our future resources. One, who are they paying their revenue to? It's questionable. Who is asking question? Who are they remitting their revenue to? Go. There are some places which I know. what they have dug is more than 50 meters down. And that is the depth. And the distance they are going now, only God knows. Is it only God they are tapping? There are a lot of resources they are tapping. Who are they remitting their revenue to? Who is asking questions? We have a lot of resources that we don't even need to borrow. But are we making use of it? When are we going to wake up as a nation, for God's sake? We talk of Abacha. Recently, some of the so-called Abacha have been returned. What are they being used for?
Absolutely.
Nobody is asking questions.
Those are questions that are necessary.
And other people being questioned by EFCC that they always say they recover some money. Those money, where are they today? Who is asking questions? Nobody. So, are we going to continue this? I contributed last week on this same issue. Until we enact a law that whoever be found corrupted should be hanged, the way Chinese people did, if we are not going to have this in this country.
All right.
If you enact a law, the way Chinese, look at Chinese, as a Chinese, you are not born to perpetrate that kind of act in Chinese. You will be hanged, you'll be taken to firing square. But the most corrupt people in Nigeria today are Chinese. Because they know we have a loose law.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, until we work, until the so-called National Assembly work on the issue of corruption, otherwise, we keep on our unborn children will still be paying debt. We pray we should get it right in this country.
We pray.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you so much for your thoughts. You know, it's the topic is linked to corruption, because just like you said, monies are not being accounted for, monies are being looted. And now at this point, even if the money has been broken out to what is to be spent for, I mean, is it actually really being used for what is being, drafted out for, even by the World Bank? Well, we have Shetima on the line. Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us this morning, all the way from Maiduguri. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Lilian. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, Shetima. How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri is cool. Alhamdulillah. Maiduguri is okay.
All right, Shetima, go ahead with your thoughts. What's your thoughts on our topic of discussion this morning?
Well, about World Bank loan, we have tired of these World Bank laws, honestly speaking. Because as my brothers was just finished speaking, it is true, the money that we are generating in this country is enough for us, not to even turn to look up for a loan. What are you going to do with loan? A loan is taken by a poor country, not a rich country as Nigeria. And the worst aspect of it, how many loans this country take with the previous administrations? What did they do with it? We see nothing. Look at the level of our primary schools. Look at our health sector. Look at everything. It's nothing to show about. But people are borrowing money for their own personal use. I think if they take the loan, they just pocketed it, because we are not seeing anything. And it's a shame for us, because a generation will come whereby they will find their country under loan and there is nothing to show. Because the level of the loan they take, there is nothing to show to see that something has been done with it. So we are calling for them, if to say they will put it under debate. They should seek for our consent before they take loan. We will say we don't want the loan. We don't want the loan because we are not seeing anything about the loan.
All right.
It's only that we are facing more difficulties for the condition that the World Bank is enforcing on the loan. That's what we are facing. We are not facing the benefit of the loan. So they should please not take the loan.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shetima, for your thoughts. He's saying that, yes, that they know that if Nigerians are being asked, I've been asking the question, do you think Nigerians should be consulted? They know that if Nigerians are going to be consulted, Nigerians will definitely say no. We're not seeing the dividends of the ones you took before. So let us see the dividends of the ones you've taken. Let us see it. And then we can now decide, okay, maybe we need more, or is there a way to pay back the ones we've taken before by seeing the dividends of what you've done? But we have a WhatsApp message from Ibrahim Abdul Hamid, who says, we allocate money for, he says, apologize, he says, nothing is wrong in taking loan. My worry is its application and accountability. Any loan that will not be used to create more wealth is not good for us. We don't have to collect loans to take care of IDPs and fund education. True talk. That's why I said when it comes to taking care of IDPs, empowerment. They should be empowered to financially take care of themselves, thereby making money and investing back in the state. And then you will see return on investment. You will see, money will be spent, there'll be money in circulation, people will buy things, taxes will be paid, and that's return. That money that is being invested when taxes are being collected could be used to also be added to part of the money used in paying back the loans. But you will go there and give them a bag of rice. How would that make them productive to take care of themselves and spend money and make money and, benefit the nation? Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian. This is Abasekong calling from Gombe State.
Abasekong, it's good to have you from Gombe State. How is Gombe this morning? Dusty, I suppose.
There's cold. In fact, I'm rattled with cold.
You should get yourself a cup of warm coffee. I'm sure it would help.
Thank you. I'll do just that.
All right. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I want to sincerely say good morning to you and to the entire staff of Trust TV. People have been doing well. If Nigeria can emulate what you people are doing, I think we are a step forward.
Thank
and
you.
many steps backward. So we are forward.
Thank
I
you.
want to sincerely appreciate Trust TV. You people are doing very good and dynamic job.
Thank you, Abasekong.
So, coming down to the topic on ground. When we are talking about corruption, all the money that was stolen from this country, where is it taken to?
So how about the loans? Let's talk about the loans. Do you think Nigerians should be consulted?
Okay. All the money stolen, where are they taking it to? Is it not World Bank? Is it not World Bank? Is it not banks in Europe? So it is this money they are recycling it back to us again. It is the money that they are bringing back. So why must we collect this money? It is our money. And even the money that we get, that we go to borrow from them, this money, what do they use it? We don't see the physical effect in it. Look at the retirees. There is one of their program I watched, a man who retired from the Nigerian Airways. Look at how the man publish in poverty. Why can't they? I keep on saying this. Why can't the government take one project at a time? This year, this is the project we are going to do. Next year, this is the project we are going to do. By that, we are going to eradicate corruption. Thank you. God bless you, Lilian, this morning.
Thank you, Abasekong, for that thought on the show this morning. I like how he started from corruption down to the loans, Nigerian skepticism, and what should be done. Take one project per time. Nigerians want to see the dividends of this loan. Nigerians want to know. But quickly now, we're running out of time to touch a bit on the third purpose of the loan. We said the first one was on IDPs, the second one was on quality basic education, and the third one is accelerating nutrition results in Nigeria 2.0, with $800 million assigned to it, and is expected on the 20th of February 2025. And this is to improve nutritional outcome, especially among vulnerable populations, addressing malnutrition and health-related issues. Is this necessary? Let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, my dear people of Trust TV.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Jatutu from Taraba State.
Jasutu.
Yes.
It's good to have you. How is Taraba this morning?
Well, we're okay. Plenty of food on ground, but very expensive.
All right. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah. I think the topic is about planning to take loan from the
World Bank, yes.
I stand against this one seriously. I stand against it seriously in the sense that these loans are only going to create more problems for us in Nigeria. Creating more problems in the sense that this money will come, the good ones on the top will just share the money. The monies will be shared among them, the big shots over there, and the ones down will never have anything. No development, no roads, no building of schools for our children to enjoy it. They will share it among themselves. And once they share it among themselves, no one will be taking responsibilities to be punished for that rubbish that they have done. Just this morning, I heard about the punishment that had been passed upon one of the world leaders
In China, yes.
that was found corrupt in one of these Asian countries.
China, actually.
Death sentence had been passed upon him because of corruption or something else.
Corruption.
If only this one would be done in this country, these people will stop stealing our money and going away with it.
All right, thank you very much, Jatu, for that.
That's my submission.
Yes, thank you very much. It still boils down to corruption, and Nigerians are still worried about the level of corruption. I believe that Nigerians might not even have a problem with the loans being taken. The problem is we are not seeing the dividends of it. This money is being taken. Who knows, the entire 800 million for education might just be taken by one person, and that's the end. Nothing is being done, and there's no repercussion. But we're still looking at it now. One important question I also love to ask at the end of every show, I always say, keep yourself informed and get to understand policies as a Nigerian, so it to keep you informed and help you make better decisions and guided decisions. So as a Nigerian, how well do you know about these loans? What do you know about it? Let us know. How well do you know about it? How informed are you about it? Did you see the news we had on it yesterday? Did you go further to read more on it? No, let's hear your thoughts as well too. And what do you think about it? Do Nigerians need to have a say? How would it affect you as a Nigerian? These are all points we're exploring this morning. But let's hear from our next caller. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, my dear. My name is Ifa Patrick from Anambra State, Nigeria.
I heard Ifa Choka. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right. From Anambra. All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
Please, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for what is happening in Nigeria. You understand? The loaning cannot solve the problem. They are just putting us into more problems. Buhari regime, loan, and they take it to do nothing. This administration, I see the two administrations is the worst administrations that we have ever met in this world. And it's too appalling and it's too disgrace. Corruption is too much, and they're not talking about the corruption. The police corruption is there, judges corruption is there, National Assembly corruption is there. None of the things they are talking about. They are talking about moving the money to share the money together for themselves. And the poor masses are crying. Think about the items. Think about the food items. There's nothing to talk about now. You cannot even buy grain. You cannot even buy beef. You cannot even buy anything to enable the citizens to enjoy. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. I don't know if these people have a conscience. As a human being, I don't think if these people are reasoning. Like a human being, let them have a mercy to us. We are pleading to them. Let them have a mercy to us. Please, from tinubu to the down, let them have a mercy to citizens. We are suffering a lot. We are suffering. The suffering is too much. That's my opinion. The suffering, let them not go for any loan again. Although whatever you speak, they are not listening to us. They will do what they want.
All right.
That is their routine.
All right, thank you so much for that thought this morning. He has said that the loans are a lot and corruption is actually exacerbating it a lot more, and thereby, someone said something. Someone said that loans come with such loans come with, what's I've lost my train of thoughts. There's a word to it. Such loans come with conditions. Yes. English could be tough sometimes. Such loans come with conditions that are not favorable for the nation. When it comes to the World Bank loan, one major things that have caused skepticism has been, the transparency on the part of the government. One of the cons of the loans that people have complained about is, number one, debt accumulation. While providing necessary funds, World Bank loans contribute to national debt, which raises concerns about the debt accumulation and the ability of the country to pay back. We see the situation of the Naira and, our currency. What will happen when it's time to pay back and this money has been taken in dollars? How would it be paid back? Now, we also see conditionalities. The loan often come with conditions requiring policy reforms which may or may not align with the country's specific need or context, and potentially leading to social and economic challenges. We're seeing policy reforms in Nigeria at the moment that, yes, they are necessary reforms that should have happened, that should have taken place, and it took the bold move of Mr. President to put these reforms in place, but they are happening, at the same time. There's a lot happening at the same time, thereby it's having an effect on Nigerians. So these reforms now, with this loan coming in, it's a lot for Nigerians to take in. And is it really favorable for Nigerians at this point in time, especially with the number of reforms that are coming in at the same time? And also implementation challenges. Some projects may face issues such as delays, cost overrun, or even failure to achieve desired outcomes due to various factors like inadequate planning, local conditions, corruption, lack of political will. There are so many things put in place that, the host countries who are receiving these loans would face as challenges to afford poor implementation of what the loans is meant to achieve. All of this still hampering the lives of Nigerians, putting the nations into lots of debts and running, and having an economic impact at the end of the day on the people. So the question still stands, are these loans really necessary? As a Nigerian, what do you think? Do you think Nigerians should have their say? How is it affecting you as a person? What do you know about it? These are all angles we'll be exploring. So let's hear your thoughts on it. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on the show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Al Hassan. I'm calling from Abuja.
Al Hassan from Abuja. Where in Abuja are you calling from?
Apo.
Apo, it's good to have you. Go ahead with your thoughts, Al Hassan.
Basically, I think we don't need this loan. As a nation, we have all what it takes. I said.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
This loan. I said we don't need this loan.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
have all what it takes as a nation to take care of ourselves.
Okay.
And most of these loans are coming with strange, very, very strange conditions that does not align with our policy, our integration, and others. So all what we need in Nigeria is good governance and have a leader who has a vision to translate whatsoever we have in this country that will benefit the nation.
Absolutely.
All the previous loans that Nigeria have been getting, the Abacha loot and whatsoever, where are they? What have they been using for? So until someone is being accountable for whatsoever we're getting, that's when we're going to get it right. So basically, the Nigerian need to stand and speak out. And then a lot of sensitization, like your TV station and all other medias, to people for us even to understand why are we receiving the loan? How are we going to pay the loan? What are the conditions? So I'm so sorry. It's a painful thought, but we need to exit from all these loans. We need to we need to hold our governors, our legislators accountable for policies that are not okay for this nation. We need to think about it. The loans we receive for road and infrastructures and others, where are they? The road from Kaduna to Kano up to this moment has not been done. So, and we have loan tied to it. So what are we talking about? We're talking of security, insurgency, IDPs, and whatsoever. Are they being channeled? So I'm so sorry. We don't need any loan. We don't need it.
Thank you so much, Abdulhamid, there for your thoughts. He said we don't need any loan because we have in-house what it takes to actualize the resources needed for development. Now, and it's true talk, but one of the importance of World Bank loan, especially when it comes to nations like African nations, is economic development. Now, the World Bank provides financial resources to enable countries carry out projects that promote economic growth, fight and reduce poverty, improve the standards of living, and the loans fund things like infrastructure, healthcare, education, and other critical sectors. The question is, are this money actually being used for these sectors that the loan is meant to fund? Are Nigerians seeing it? Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Goodheart Gabriel from Plateau State.
Goodheart Gabriel. It's good to have you, Goodheart, on the show this morning. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay. Really, coming into issue of loan, Nigerians need to have a say, but they don't carry us along because they know we cannot support it. The fact is that this man promised heaven for us, and we are seeing the opposite, which is hell. And that is how the previous, the man that he is now succeeding, promised us. Many call him Messiah. So what I'm saying about this loan is that we have a lot of potentials to tap into in this country. We don't need this loan that is about to enslave the second and fourth generation that's coming after us. During the campaign promises, this man was telling us that he is the hope we expected. He is the future of Nigeria. He is the this and that. He promised every heaven to us. But what we are seeing is opposite. Let him think twice. Let the government and his accomplices, let me just use this word, think twice on what they are doing to this country. Actually, if it's this that these people have for us, it means they are not giving us future. They are not giving us hope. It seems we should think otherwise. If PDP cannot help us, APC cannot help us, we go otherwise. I don't mean it must be Labour Party or whatever. We can find a new party in this country. It's true that we are moving against military taking over so that it will not go back to square one. But really, look at Niger. Their currency can pass Nigerian own. And we are moving around a speck. We are moving around the hole. And now the senators we are expecting, the lawmakers, they are trying to be a rubber stamp. Because what the government says, what the president says, is what they do. Though I know it will happen so. Because when he voluntarily volunteered himself to nominate the Senate president, the rep, and all that has to do with their leadership, we know that certainly Tinubu is going to make these people rubber stamp because he nominated them and they succeeded in being the office. Please, we don't need this loan. The fact is that we are crying, we that travel outside this country, smell other countries, have seen the difference. If these people have no strategy, if they don't have diplomacy to sit down and think for the welfare of this country, really, they should forget about 2027 because it will not be a magic, but we know that God will hear us. It's true that they are making us poor, so that by 2027 they will bring out the money and buy our heart again. If Nigerians will be wise, this will not continue. Please and please, these people should think well. They don't make well for this country. This loan is becoming too much. The ones they borrowed, where is it being channeled to? I am sorry for this comment. Tinubu should not use Nigeria into the other pocket because Lagos is already in one pocket. If you use Nigeria in the second pocket, it means that we will be answerable to him forever. And our generations will depend on his generation. The fact is Nigeria should be wise. I am speaking in Plateau. I'm not originally born in Plateau, but I've lived in Plateau over 30 years.
All right.
What I mean, so I travel outside this country often. But what I want to say, please think twice. Think twice. Thank you, Lilian.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. You know, I appreciate where you come from, especially when you spoke about if the government is not ready to work for the people, 2027 Nigerians will kick them out. And it is what we've been preaching here on the show this morning. We had a guest yesterday who spoke about it. The power is in your hand as a Nigerian. You have the power to vote. The attitude of believing that your vote doesn't count is what these people capitalize on to rig the elections when it is time. So if everybody comes out en masse to vote, shun vote buying, shun religious and ethnic differences, and vote for people who campaign on issue-based campaigning, vote for people who are ready to address the nation, vote for quality, vote for competency, vote for honesty, vote for a politician who is ready to work and serve the people. We will be speaking a different tone of language. Why take the money and the bag of rice and the 2 cubes of Maggi and 1 bag of salt when it's to finish before that year runs out? And then you start lamenting again. I mean, let's take this call. Yeah, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. My name is Abubakar Musa.
Okay, Abubakar Musa, where are you calling from? Well, you just told us your name, so Abubakar Musa, we look forward to hearing from you. We've not had any female caller this morning. What's happening? Please, all our female listeners, do out to call in. We also want to hear your thoughts on the show. You definitely have something to say. So do out to call in or send a message on WhatsApp. We are taking WhatsApp messages. So if you can't call in or you can't connect, there are 2 numbers, either of them. If you can't connect through any of them, send a message on WhatsApp and we're right here to take the message. We're talking about the World Bank proposed loans, which are for IDPs, basic education and nutrition, and are being allocated in different tranches in February, April, and March, I think. Yeah, February, April, and March. Those are the 3 months. It's been for 2025. All in different amount, $350, $559, and $800 million allocated to these different reasons for Nigeria. As a Nigerian, what do you think? We also have our debt standing at 77 trillion naira, and it's rising every day. So as a Nigerian, what do you think about this? Should Nigerians have a say when it comes to the government wanting to borrow or loan being given? Should Nigerians have a say? We also want to hear your thoughts on that. We have a call again. Let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. This is Honorable Yakubu Shadi from Igala Mela, Kogi State.
Honorable, it's good to have you. Go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts.
If Tinubu cannot arrange this country, then you should forget about 2027.
All right.
Because the citizens are suffering. He has no intention of building this country. He put Lagos State into his pocket. And that's what he wants to do about the whole country. He wants to put the whole country into his own pocket.
But what's your thought on the loan? What's your thoughts on the loan? We know that loans have advantages. Why are we tilting towards it? He's not the entire government, and we put them in power.
The amount of loan we have been collecting, we don't know the issue of that loan. It's not important this time. It's not crucial. Taking loan every day does not help this country at all.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable.
Yes, the loan is not. We are not seeing the impact. Nigerians are suffering. This Honorable Yakubu from Igala Mela.
Yeah, Honorable. Thank you so much, Honorable. It's good to have your thoughts this morning. He just spoke largely on it. Nigerians are suffering, but I'm still curious. Our listeners, what do you know about the loan? Let us know. What are your thoughts on it, and what do you know about it? How informed are you on this recent loan? Would love to hear your thoughts on that as well. But now, one of the reasons why Nigerians are skeptical about the loan as usual is when it comes to issue of transparency and accountability. What would you advise World Bank when it comes to monitoring the money that has been given to nations, especially a country like Nigeria where corruption is having its field day out there? What would you encourage World Bank to do? They come and do the project themselves, or do they just give the money to this country and allow them to implement it however it is they want? We'll get back to this train of thought right after this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ahmed Baba from Makurdi, Benue State.
Ahmed Baba from Benue State. Yes, I was about to say, where are all our Benue listeners? Because I think we had just good heart and you. But go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, my thoughts on the issue of this loan. For me, just as many others have said,
It's a no-go area. I do not support the Nigeria to take more loans because the other loans, many loans that have been taken have been diverted to individual pockets. Even though we are saying now, already they have made up their mind. They have perfected all their arrangements to take the loan because the government in power, particularly this APC government, they don't take people's complaint into cognizance. They don't bother about what people say about their policies. So I'm against the loan. Like during Buhari, there were so many loans that were taken under, especially the road development and the railway, under the former minister, Amaiti. If you are aware that the loan taken from China to build a rail line, a rail line was built from Katsina to this Chad, or this is where Buhari's grandfather came from. When they rode the rail from Port Harcourt through Enugu, through Aba, Enugu, Makurdi, Jos, and Kaduna, which were being used by Nigerians, were neglected, they were not done. A rail was constructed by Ameki under Buhari to Niger, either Niger or Chad. You are aware of that. I'm sure that more than 50% of the amount of that edition went to individual pockets. So many loans have been taken, they were diverted, as I have just said. So I'm not in support of any loan. Because loan is loan, it's not a debt, it's not a free money. And these people, they continue to take this loan, even if you talk, they will not bother. Because of the interest, their selfish, their personal interest on the loan. If they, for me, they should concentrate on managing our resources properly instead of taking more loans. Because more loans is placing us into more hardship. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much there for your thoughts all the way from Benue Ahmed. It's good to have you. He has said that, the loan needs to be looked into properly, and Nigerians hold different opinions on this, and I understand the skepticism behind it, being that if you're not seeing the dividends, then why take it? But one way I would say that the government could address this skepticism is by ensuring that loans are used effectively and transparently. Nigerians want to see. So this can help build public trust. Actually, the one that was used as said for basic education. Oh, the World Bank loan for basic education has been used to refurbish school A, B, and C in the northeast. School this is in the northwest. School this is in the south, southwest, and southeast. A breakdown. That is public trust being built there. But let's take this call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ahmad. I was speaking from Bauchi, Bauchi State.
All right, Ahmad, it's good to have you from Bauchi. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you so much. Madam, the issue of loan in Nigeria is pathetic. Because World Bank, IMF, and government are deceiving themselves and they are deceiving Nigerians. Because that means that is a situation where the government says, when we pay our debts, regarding minister weather, we have a debt relief of 18 million.
Ahmad, your network is really breaking, and I'm struggling to make meaning of what it is you're saying. Is breaking. I can hear your voice, but the network is breaking, and I can't really understand what you're saying. Please do well to call us back. Try any of the numbers.
I can hear you very well.
Yeah, but I can't hear you, so communication is not happening. Our listeners can't hear you as well. Your net, it's breaking. You're saying one sentence is breaking and it's incomplete, and I can't make meaning to what you're saying. So please, can you just hang up and try the other number or any of the number, or change your location, because I really want to hear what it is you have to say. I really want to have your input on the show this morning. So do well to call us back. And let's take this call now. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Benue. My name is Eneche.
Eneche. It's good to have you.
Enenche.
All right. Go ahead with your thoughts, Enenche.
The plan for what? I think World Bank loan, whether Nigeria need to borrow money. Now, Nigeria cannot borrow that money. Let them stop that to borrow that money. How can Nigeria borrow money from World Bank? That is, World Bank has mortgaged Nigeria, and our leaders have mortgaged us as what? They don't need to mortgage us. Already we are mortgaged. Right from 1999 till date, we are still borrowing money. For what? And we are not seeing the impact.
All right. And then your TV set is quiet and it's giving it an echo here. I can hear you, but I can also hear you from the background. So can you turn down the volume?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
They don't need to mortgage us.
All right, Enenche.
The only thing we need to do as a citizen of Nigeria and to talk to our government.
All right. Thank you very much, Enenche, for that. We had a caller whom we lost his call initially. Well, we hope you try to call us back or drop a message on WhatsApp, and we're definitely going to take. Yeah. Well. Unfortunately, let's quickly take this last WhatsApp message before we wrap up. He said Nigeria and indeed African leaders are just acting as leaders here with us, but they're just like the puppet of the West who forced them to take these loans. Nigeria actually don't need this loan. That's from Usman Gado from Maiduguri. It's good to have your thought. He said Nigeria actually does not need the loan at all, and they're acting like puppets to the Western world. Well, that's from Usman from Gado from Maiduguri. Thank you so much for your thoughts there. It was good to have you. Well, it was actually good to have this conversation with you as Nigerians this morning. It was good to feel the pulse of the people and understand how they feel about loans and debts being taken every day. Yes, and with that, I would say that we've come to the end of this segment. But before we go, I would say, please take your time out to read up on this. So you don't just speak, when you're talking about it, speak on sentiment alone. I would really love it if every Nigerian speaks from an informed standpoint. It's very important. Take your time out to read on this, understand it, know what it's been spent on, follow it, know who it's been allocated to. When you're informed, you could hold the government accountable based on the decision and information you've gathered. It's very important. So please, if you have access to it, if you can get it, do well to get it, read and understand the loan for your own self, so you could make informed decision and question the government when necessary. Well, with that, we've come to the end of this segment. So we're going on a quick break. When we get back, the show continues. Do stay.